Yeah, guys, sorry the stream started. I forgot to go out of stream starting soon mode. My mistake. I've been talking to then just the Discord members. But you didn't miss much. We just talked about the higher time frame, what we're working with, where we are at, and that I currently don't want to get involved with price chopping around like it does right here. Taking out the low, taking out the high, going back to the low, taking out the high again, just hitting Asia buy side, then maybe taking out the low again. Let's actually take a look at Nasdaq here. With that perfect SMT divergence at the low. I'm gonna wait to at least 10 a.m. or a crystal clear setup before I engage. Already having caught this long from down here into the Asia buy side liquidity on the funding pips account. So we swept right here, and we swept that right here. Let's see what we do next time when we get into this area. If we fail to hold and actually continue lower into sell side, or not. And if we're gonna continue to go back to the upside. We have a 1 hour bullish fair value gap right here. Let me actually put that a little bit further to the right. 30 should be fine. Hi, Volker. Let's see, we're almost at the low. Nas following. Nas just hit this fair value gap. Let's see. I'm gonna be mainly focusing on ES like I always do, in case you watch me stream now for the first time on YouTube. Yes. Jump back to trading view, and we just swept the low. We're right inside of our hourly bullish fair value gap now. Actually, below it, we could also drag this out. This is the hourly, lining up nicely with the 5-minute bullish fair value gap here. So let's see what we do around this area. The next fair value gap we could be using would be down here. We have both targets lined up for lower prices and higher prices. This morning on the Discord, I also looked at a potential scenario where we could, let me clean up the object tree here quickly, where we could be looking at a retracement into this daily bullish fair value gap. But we will see, we're still inside the inversion fair value gap right here, consolidating, not really going anywhere. But this could be a potential target, and this is actually what I was looking for. If I go to my 1 hour time frame analysis and head over here, one hour analysis. We have this 1 hour inversion fair value gap right here. We managed to close below it. So far, we're still respecting it. And I wanted to see that continuation drop right after the London Open into further sell side, but we might just be getting it now. So I keep that in mind right now. Order flow isn't telling me that it wants to continue higher. Check out the 15 here quickly. 15-minute time frame inversion fair value gap. We're starting to gap below. We left behind equal highs with Asia buy side liquidity. Looks like we're dropping hard. So let's go back to our 5-minute. And see how we're gonna close on this candle. If we're gonna start invalidating bullish fair value gaps that used to be holding support. This would be our first hint that we want to continue lower. We already didn't hold support on this inversion fair value gap. Neither did we do it right here. Gonna get rid of the ones that didn't end up holding support. If we look at the higher time frames as well, that's why I really like organizing my object tree like this. I just did a post on Twitter about this. 15-minute time frame. So this is our 15-minute inversion fair value gap right here. And right here at the bottom, we also have a 15-minute bullish before we really, head lower into first day sell side liquidity. And then potentially lower into our daily bullish fair value gap down here. But I don't want to have all these different drawings on my chart at all times. That's why I like to keep it organized with folders inside my object tree. What's the time? It's 9:40 a.m. It's our lowest bullish fair value gap. We swapped that short-term low. Just in case, this is where our daily bullish fair value gap would start, last Tuesday's low. That daily bullish fair value gap has been created with, Monday's strong move to the upside here. Not holding any specific bias right now, just going with the flow, like always. Let's see how we close here. Seconds to go on the 5-minute time frame on the 15. Also, just about 15 seconds to go. Let's see, 15-minute time frame, closing below the inversion fair value gap. Let's see if we get some sort of a retracement. If we just continue to plummet, I'm not gonna get engaged. Bearish fair value gap right here. This is really not worth the risk jumping in right here for 4 points with so much risk to potentially retrace. Is there a unicorn setup happening right now? Let me think. Well, potentially. If we look at lower low, lower high, lower low, market structure shift right here. But therefore we would have to get below this low and then retest the lowest stone closing candle. It's basically, the 2022 model that failed flipped on its head. It's hard to say it failed because it reached some buy side targets, but it very likely won't be ending up as the low of the day by the looks of it at this point in time. Let's see if we get an opportunity to strike. Can enter with one contract short here as paper trade. Let's see, we're just continuing to drop. Check out the YouTube chat quickly. Good evening. Like always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me or pop a message into the Discord live chat. I tend to check that. I just put it on my second screen here so I don't have to go away from TradingView every time. Let's take a look at NQ for a brief period. About to shift market structure here. But NQ doesn't look, as weak as ES does right now. Anyway, I'm not trading NQ, I'm trading ES. So if you want to see someone execute on NQ, I sometimes do that. A paper trade execution right here if I see a nice setup. But most of the time that's just close and I focus on ES. And if you want to know why exactly, feel free to watch the weekly recap I've recorded this weekend and uploaded on Sunday. I explain and go over all the reasons why I prefer ES over NQ. 2 more minutes. What I would like to see to get in on my funded account would be a pullback into this area and then a continuation lower. Ideally with the pullback before we hit the sell side liquidity. If we hit sell side first and then start to pull back, I wouldn't really be interested anymore. One minute to go. Entry right here, 5 point stop loss. No, that's fine. A good unicorn setup, I also uploaded the video about this recently, would be if we see a 2022 model, but then it fails, and we see a new 2022 model right in here to continue lower, if that makes sense. If we see this lower low, lower high, lower low, market structure shift, we get in on the breaker fails to hold, and we make a new lower low. This is becoming our new unicorn breaker at this point in time to continue lower. Basically a fake market structure shift immediately followed by a lower low or higher high being formed using the slowdown as unicorn breaker. That's at least how I interpret it. Because otherwise it really wouldn't be much different to the regular 2022 model. And in the video I explained how I like to see them form. So for me to take a unicorn setup, I want to see it happening back to back within a small timing window instead of the first 2022 model happening yesterday or during the London session, the next one happening during New York. That's too spread out for me. All right, unfortunately, we did not get a retracement opportunity. We also didn't fully confirm the close below here. We just hit the low of the day here on ES. And Q is still holding up strong. So this might be an opportunity to short NQ, but I'm not suggesting anything. I'm not a NQ trader. Sell side liquidity has been taken. Market structure shift to the upside failed, and a new market structure shift to the downside. Nah. Would have happened. Okay, it's gone. From this high to this low. Still didn't engage on my funding pips accounts, on my CFD accounts. if you wonder why, because like always, you watch my streams for the first time. I used to trade a lot with Apex Trader funding accounts and take profit trader accounts, but for 2024, I decided to not do that anymore. Not anymore. Not saying I'm never gonna do it again, but at least for now, until I get these accounts funded and get some payouts, I'd say I'm going to be focusing more on these CFD accounts because they're just much more chill. 10% max drawdown, that's not trailing. Try beat that. Let's wait for this candle to close. So we just swept sell side liquidity. Like I said, if we now start to retrace and fill this inefficiency, I'm not sure if I really want to be involved and enter short based on it for the continuation lower, because we already hit sell side and this could be a good enough point for ES to reverse, especially if we keep in mind that on NQ we just basically continued this seek and destroy formation, low, high, and so on. Don't see the weakness yet. So while ES took out this low now twice actually, NQ is still holding up relatively strong. Checking out the 15-minute time frame, it's 9:45. So with not this candle, but the next candle, we also gonna get a new hourly time frame candle. Have a new hourly inversion fair value gap right here, sitting at 4792.5. I'm not an A short day trader. This is just a paper trade market order entry. I want to enter on a decent inefficiency. So okay, we wick the low, we leave behind a doji, and we open with a new bullish volume imbalance and this lowest bullish fair value gap here that has been created today, not this older one, all the way from, when was it again? Thursday? Wednesday? No, Thursday last week. We keep an eye on that too. But yeah, we have even more SMT divergence now. So I'm not really the biggest fan of going short on this bearish fair value gap if you with that new hourly candle coming up, what's it looking like? No, I'm gonna be waiting. Also because of this equal high Asia buy side. Let's see, but if I would enter at this level, I put my stop, well, theoretically above this high. And if I see invalidation, I would exit the trade like always for the continuation lower. But like I said, I would have liked to have seen that before we take sell side without SMT divergence, and ideally also without equal Asia high session buy side. Let's see how this hourly candle is going to close. This is going to give us more information. If we immediately invalidate this bearish fair value gap paired with the inversion fair value gap right here, I would think that manipulation to the downside has been put in place another time, now right after the New York Open. Theoretically, we're just going sideways within a big range right here. But let's see what's happening. No questions on YouTube. Is anyone in a short, long already? Let's check out the 1 minute time frame. Took out the low, starting to slowly shift. Let's see, now we're inside this bearish fair value gap. That's where we could theoretically add to our paper trade short here. Not willing to take on that risk on a funding pips account. We hit that 50% level. Want to see how this candle closes, and it's also just before a new hourly candle opens up, which always brings in more volatility and new momentum from the higher time frame. Higher time frame traders are very likely waiting for this hourly candle to close and a new one to open up before considering to engage. And this is also a new 4-hour candle opening. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame and check that one out, we can see that on this 4-hour candle we retraced into this bearish fair value gap up here. Well, this looks rather bearish to me. So what would you do if you would be a 4-hour time frame trader? Yeah, well, very likely enter with that new 4-hour time frame candle, which is going to drop in 1 minute. Same goes for the hourly, same goes for the 15-minute time frame. We have bullish SMT divergence at the lows. We are coming or moving away from the low of the day. Of course, the 4-hour time frame still looks bearish, but let's see. And Q keeps on to seek and destroy. Maybe back into the new week opening gap. 30 seconds before we get the new 1 and 4-hour candle. This is basically what I wouldn't like to see if we just cleared a low. Oh, and immediately pull back. And we're getting a good push. Immediately closing above our entry fair value gap, so I would get out of this short and see if I cannot frame a potential long setup here of this inversion fair value gap. Taking a quick look at NQ. That's quick enough. We can also see that we still kept on holding this 1-hour time frame bullish fair value gap. So I'm in on not the biggest fan of anything. Well, if you're not a big fan, then don't execute. It's okay. Just trying to tape read. And after coming off sell side with SMT divergence, immediately invalidating a bearish fair value gap, looking for the long back into the Asia buy side equal highs. See how that works out. We have one fair value gap right here. That's our first step after closing above this bearish fair value gap, and just after sweeping sell side is to close above this one and then continue to use it as support to deliver into Asia buy side. My stop is going to be just below the 955 candles low right here. 12 points to the upside. This is the trade I'm looking forward to catch. That's why I don't enter short on a bearish fair value gap, especially just before the new hour and 4-hour opening. And if we hit sell side or a objective before that. Could be with the SMT divergence down here. see. Running in profit. Let's put a sell limit right here at that equal high buy side. Then the smooth right here of the market open. We could also our regular trading hours opening gap would be right here. So we see that that's right between Asia buy side and where we closed on Friday. Very likely to fill that in, I think, at least. But that's opinion based or bias based. So we see, we just swept the low here. The electronic trading hours low. Above here would be our regular trading hours opening gap. We could also use the ICT all-in-one and turn on this little button. So within, 2 mouse clicks, settings wheel, and then on the regular trading hours opening gap, we can display, this gap without any issues right on our chart, without having to switch between different, sessions right in here and draw a box whatsoever. But let's see, we're not out of the woods yet. Just filled in this bearish value gap, like I said. That next step would be to actually close above it. And maybe not leave behind a doji. Let's see. New hourly candle, new 4-hour candle. New 15-minute candle, no bearish 15-minute fair value gap. Inversion fair value gap right here. All right, we still keep on holding our inversion fair value gap, leaving behind a new bullish discount. So if we are within true bullish order flow, we should see this fair value gap holding support. Otherwise, we're going to hit our safety stop down here. Let me grab all this and put it into a 5-minute analysis folder. There we go. No questions on YouTube. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle quickly. I will be back in no time. Ten viewers on YouTube. Guys, feel free to ask me any questions if you're watching the stream for the first time. It's not an entertainment stream, so you won't see me jumping around or all that stuff or sing. I know it's a value-tainment stream, I'd say. Alright, we keep on hitting a wall here with the VWAP. But we just filled the bullish fair value gap now. Let's see if it actually ends up holding support. If we know If this candle fails to hold support here and is closing below, I'm gonna exit my position. It's not what I'm looking for, and very likely this would also immediately be that confirmation for the continuation lower. Big range choppiness. Ah, damn it, I just wanted to add one more buy in there. Just wanted to add another lot on my 100k account here. On this trade, once we tap this bullish fair value gap, because the risk to reward is still looking good. Just missed it. But, well, wouldn't be too bad. So let's see, 24 seconds to go. Will we close above our inversion right here? And maybe we get a strong push now, even above this bearish. Nope, we hit that 50%, but a nice closing candle. 10-10 now. So within the macro, we swept that sell side. Let's see what this next candle is going to do. This could be a potential example on how you could add to a already winning position. If we close above that next fair value gap, blah, blah, blah. But it's much easier to do it on a not netting account, if you know what I mean. So if I'm here executing with my MT5, I've got a position right here and a position right here. And with the futures account, if you do that, those two positions, they always get averaged out. So if you have an entry right here and an entry right here, it's going to combine those two entries, and it's only going to show you, okay, you've got two contracts long with an average entry price right here at 4792. And if you decide to close one, you cannot really decide if you want to close the lower entry or this entry. Most of the time, it's only going to close the contract that's in the most amount of profit, so this one, and then your entry would move up right to here. Little tricky to manage risk in that way. If I'm trading on my CFD account, I can choose if I want to exit my position down here on this bullish fair value gap, or if I want to exit this position, I don't get merged into one, if you know what I mean. So if I enter up here and I don't like what I see once we go above it, I can specifically only close this position up there instead of the one that's already in profit down here. Let's see if we can get that push. Yeah, 5-minute time frame is my entry time frame. I think it's not too fast. It doesn't offer too many ways of interpreting price action, like for example the 1-minute time frame. I used to trade also a lot on the 1 minute, but decided that, well, I think for now, at least for me, it's better if I stick to the 5. Also based on the results I've been getting. Nice, let's continue. But yeah, the 5-minute time frame is my entry execution time frame with some higher time frame confluences and all that kind of stuff. Who got in on this bullish fair value gap and the inversion fair value gap with me here? Bongo Rambo sounds like you're in a long too. Nice. I added on one account. I missed to add on a second account. Now we're continuing to push. We're back at that midnight level again. Almost 10 points in profit of that fair value gap. Yeah, risk was perfect here. Like really getting a nice opportunity almost at the low of the day. Can't complain about that at all. Like I said, hourly never gave the confirmation, close below our hourly bullish fair value gap. Let's see if NQ already continued higher. Nope, but almost. And we have plenty of buy side above. I'm specifically looking at the high of the day, which from our Asia session equal high buy side target will only be, let's say 6-7 points away. We take it step by step. Make sure to take partials once we hit certain targets, low hanging fruit targets, and then see how we continue. Inversion fair value gap right here. If we should come back to retrace into this inefficiency, I would add to that trade. So let's actually do it here on our paper account as well. Add a buy limit on this inversion fair value gap. This already kept on holding. Same goes for this one. So right now that next level of resistance, if we want to call it that, would be that midnight level. Let's drop the power of 3 indicator down one time frame. This is all I need to, pretty much confirm bullish order flow. We took sell side. Instead of continuing lower, we left a doji with a rejection wick, still respecting our lowest bullish fair value gap right here. Instead of respecting bearish order flow via bearish discounts, we immediately close above, and the bodies keep on holding support inside this inversion right here. Retracing into a inefficiency left behind. This would have been, I don't know, that perfect SilverBullet setup. At 10 a.m. we took sell side. Displaced here. I'm pretty sure we did a displacement on a 1 minute time frame, but yeah, just looking at it from the 5 minute perspective was already good enough for us to get in on the trade. No questions on YouTube. Smells like target to me. One, two ticks. No. Let's take a look on NQ here. Yeah, NQ is already back inside the new week opening gap. Back inside the... back at the high of the day, basically. Already starting to form a daily bullish candle. And keep in mind, we have our regular trading hours opening gap just above the Asia buy side level. I'll wait for it a second to load up here. I've got quite a few indicators on my chart. So this would be the gap fill target. Let's actually use this as target on the paper account here, which lines up with, yeah, just the perfect amount of equal highs right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Of course, we're going to secure some partials once we hit the Asia session buy side liquidity level. At least I am. Guys on YouTube, did anyone catch that long with us? Good job, H. Smith. I'm not worrying about you. That's why I'm not specifically asking you, H. Smith. Yeah. I know you've got your stuff together. And there goes buy side liquidity. Let's go, boys. Securing partials here above Asia buy side. Yep, happy to leave a runner here. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, it's also looking nice. Knowing where NQ already is. High of the day, new week opening gap. Let's see if we can get into it, or if we just keep on chopping here. Get rid of the SPY limit and add a sell stop as break even. Boom, that's what we do. No need for a, yeah, I don't know, to call it a specific model, or, I mean, yes, you could interpret it as a SilverBullet setup, I think. A nice one, actually, with decent confluences. A, SMT divergence, heavy SMT divergence. B, equal high Asia session buy side liquidity. C, just from, yeah, price patterns or candlestick patterns. Doji, bullish engulfing candle, and then using fair value gaps also to frame your bias. Inversion fair value gap right after we hit sell side liquidity, leaving behind bullish inefficiencies, and boom. Makes sense why price did what it did. Of course, doesn't always work out, especially if we're in chop, but I think we can be pretty happy about that. So let's see if we can hit some more targets on this trade. And yeah, well, call it a session, my friends. $235. Now the YouTube live stream is frozen. That's perfectly fine, Angel Smith. I mean, if you caught the low just at a rough area, this wherever you got it down here, it doesn't have to be super precise and say, oh, I caught the perfect low, or I caught this perfect dip inside of this bullish fair value gap. I used to think in that way that only if I get the fill on this bullish fair value gap, I'm entering the trade. Also, yeah, a little bit based on the live trading drawdown that you have with the Apex funded accounts. Just being very precise, and it didn't really help me at all, to be honest. So yeah, now trading on that Funding Pips account really helped me to look at it from a different perspective. Wherever you got in down here, you're chilling. There's no issue at all. This ran 15 points to the upside with a risk to the downside of maybe 10 points if you place your stop loss all the way here at the low. But once I would have seen this fair value gap getting invalidated, well, then our max risk, let's say we would have closed somewhere down here, would have been 5 points. Good job, agent. Let's go. Take a look at NQ. Oh, all right. NQ is at these equal highs from Monday on a run here. Could have used the same narrative here, but without the SMT divergence. Bearish fair value gap. We close above it. Leave behind a bullish fair value gap, paired with the midnight level, paired with the VWAP. Go Lazo. Shorts getting trapped, making, yeah, or paying longs here. Let's see if we just filled in this entire new week opening gap. Let's see if we cannot continue into buy side. Perfect. $400. For the day, I'm okay. That's not bad. This would be the new year opening gap if I'm not completely wrong. Yeah, that's the new year opening gap here on this. So we're back on that new year opening gap. Learning my lesson and walking away. Oh, wait, I work from home. Go outside for a little while, take a walk and let it sink in, and then come back to literally your workplace and your trading station. Can imagine that it's sometimes hard to make that switch between, oh, okay, now it's work time and now it's trading time. Holiday Monday, yeah. I getcha. I still suspect buy side target with a retracement to go higher. Yeah, I would also say so, because this is still our... we don't need the news indicator right now. Regular trading hours opening gap. Popping up right in here. So that next level of resistance would obviously be the new week opening gap. Once we manage to push above that, well, we have plenty of buy side targets to the upside before we reach into Monday's high. And those are the cases or the scenarios where the daily bias doesn't really help me much. I just go with the flow. If my daily bias would have been bearish, I would have sure as hell tried to short off here, and this wouldn't have worked. But, well, of course, your daily bias could have also been bullish. I don't know. I decided not to worry too much about having the right daily bias. And it still works out for me. People coming up with theories about, oh, if this and that and this and that happens, go with this daily bias. And, well, maybe if you're some sort of a, mid to long-term holder on the lower time frames, still intraday trading, but out to catch those big moves. If you remember, I said that I would be looking for shorts of this fair value gap before we hit sell side, but we hit sell side before. Then we mentioned that if we immediately snap back and close above that, well, I would almost be looking for longs, and that's exactly what we did. I mean, you saw me exiting the short position, jumping on a long, adding to the trade. No, I didn't add. Only on the funding pips. And the cool thing now is, even if it smacks back all the way to the midnight level, I'm okay, because my entry is, basically at the low of the day. But, there's no live trading drawdown. That's the main point. That's why I really like the funding pips accounts. I tend to like you watch the 4 and 1 hour more than ever. Hang on, there's that stupid. I checked the 4-hour time frame, but only only one time of the day. And that would be 10 a.m. Because at 10 a.m. there's very likely going to be a big amount of volume entering the market. Let's say if you are a higher time frame trader and your entry time frame of choice is the 4-hour time frame, well, at 10 a.m. is where you very likely would make a decision if you go long or short intraday based. We have a new 1-hour candle opening up at that point, so I just want to take a look at what higher time frame traders are likely looking at or thinking. It's usually what I use the 4-hour time frame for. Otherwise, it's the 1-hour time frame for me, because it's updated more frequently. I don't have to check. I can check it every 1 hour to see if we invalidated or invalidated a fair value gap, and not every 4 hours while executing on a 5 and sometimes even a 1 minute time frame. Then a 4-hour time frame just feels too far-fetched for me. At 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. So just 1 hour before that 4-hour candle is going to close. Correct? Yeah. So I usually have the 1-hour time frame here if I go over to the power of 3. I also just there's a link in the description actually for a free trial of that indicator if you want to check it out. I updated the power of 3 indicator. It used to be, I don't know, I didn't think that I could continue to push so much more code into this already overcrowded script, to be honest. That's why I decided to go with a very light version of a higher time frame candle power of 3 visualization on the chart, because there's only so many things that TradingView allows one single indicator to draw on the chart. And I'm right at the upper limit. I think I'm 2 or 3 more lines and drawings away from fully getting maxed out. That's also why it doesn't work in replay mode. It just tells you that it reached the max RAM, max loading capacity. I mean, we can try it out. 1 second, guys. What was I about to say? The indicator didn't crash, but on that next candle it will. And now we're in lifetime, sorry, so let's do that again. So if we are in replay mode, it loads up perfectly fine, but on that next click, let it load up first. You can see that memory limit exceeded. The study allocates 1.5 times more than allowed. That's why I created the light version. So if you want to use the ICT all-in-one while backtesting, you can still use the light version in order to do that. Just understand that it's too heavy, and TradingView has no interest in coders developing scripts where you put 20 indicators into one indicator, because that would mean their customers have a smaller reason or no reason at all to upgrade from the free TradingView membership to, let's say, the first tier or the second tier, if that makes sense. That's why they have set that limit. But I found a little, not loophole, but basically a loophole. And if you have feedback on that indicator once you've finished your trial, and you, for example, decide to not continue using it, please let me know why. I've also on my Twitter shared a form, because that's the only way how I can even improve this indicator, even more. I mean, it's already designed to perfectly fit and match my needs. Initially, main intention was for me to use 1 indicator instead of 5 with a very easy control panel where I can turn on and off many different things right here, all that I need to know without having to draw it on the chart. So that was my main intention, and I decided to put it out there and actually improve it based on the community feedback I've been getting. So it helps a lot, because for my needs the indicator is close to perfection. But that's why I really appreciate the feedback to further improve it. All right, let's see. Just inside the regular trading hours opening gap. Now we left behind a few new discounts. Bullish share value gap right here. A bullish share value gap right here. Honestly, I would prefer if we just use that highest discount to deliver into our next buy side objective. But I could imagine it's going to be a little bit more volatile than that. Mm. Let's see if we have anything on. Now we will see. We just keep on using fair value gaps as our main tool, our main edge to know what the market or price is likely going to do next. Of course, also aligned with time. Did I hit record today? Or do I have to? Well, at least the entire stream is saved on YouTube. But I don't have recording of this nice trade. But anyway, I'm gonna do the weekly recap for the next week. So for the Sunday or Saturday coming up beforehand, because I'm going on a short vacation over the weekend with a good friend of mine. He's also a trader, so we used to trade together in Australia, and I think tomorrow or the day after is his birthday. I'm not really good with birth dates, but well, I guess I'm still a good friend. We're going over to Marrakesh, Morocco, for a quick weekend trip. It's gonna be great because it's 20 or 25 degrees over there. And where I live, well, there's snow all over the place. It's currently -1 or -2 degrees, something like that. Freezing cold. All right, we retraced into the inefficiency and immediately rechecked it. That's nice to see. Let's see if we can actually, continue to push now and hit our target. Once that is hit, really, I don't see a good reason for anyone to keep on watching the charts. I think we all have better things to do in life. All right, profit target hit. Done. Going to leave one last tiny little runner. Stops at break even. Now we come back to live. Stop us at break even. Done. Letting a little swing trade run, since I have the freedom to do that now on the Funding Pips account. On the Apex accounts, I always felt like, oh, I've made 5 points profit. Let's capture it, because if it comes back down to my break-even level and stops me out, it actually counts as, drawdown. How fucked up is that, really? So we filled in the regular trading hours opening gap. Let's see if we can close above our new week opening gap and hit a few more of these buy-side targets. So at this point, we already secured 20 points. Trading executions. Let's check our market executions. We're in short right here. Short. Let me check this chart. Let's see, guys, if there are any more questions. Now would be the perfect time to ask, because I'm not hanging around forever after we already hit a banger trade like this. Even if we would have missed that opportunity, then yeah, even that wouldn't be a reason to keep on trying to force something just because you missed it. It's much better to accept that you missed it and maybe start journaling on why you missed it. Maybe the reason was because you skipped through charts. You might be, I don't know, looked at something on NQ and you weren't sure on NQ, and then you switched back to ES and you saw the perfect setup on ES and you missed it, trying to chase it, whatever. I mean, there are so many different reasons, but if you missed it, you missed it. It's simple, and it's not worth it spending the rest of your day trying to make up for what you missed out on. You're gonna miss out on so many more setups. I always like to remember people, and myself of course, that we all started trading really to have more free time and not end up 24 hours in front of the charts, really. We all thought, oh, that would be cool. Financial freedom, financial independence, and then I could do more of the things that I love to do. And I don't know, within your first years, very likely, your first few trading years, you end up neglecting all the things you wanted to do more with more of, like, after you've become profitable, blah blah blah. But I don't know, we sort of get hung up on it, and all we think about is how much profit we made on a day, how much drawdown we've made on a day, how we can recover that drawdown on the exact same day, so our balance isn't, so we don't end up in drawdown. We've all been there, or we all of us are maybe still there. I mean, all it takes is one bad trading day where price just catches you off guard and you can't stop it, and you end up sitting there for the entire day trying to make back the drawdown. So yeah, I know that's just my advice mainly to myself too. Call it a day, be content, and be proud of the skill that you've developed over time, instead of trying to look for more. Always look for more, because if you always look for more, nothing's ever going to be enough. You're going to take that next trade and it's going to be a winner, but you're still not satisfied. So eventually you would have to find that point where you can really say, all right, I'm closing it out for today. And eventually, if you cannot pull it off and actually say, I'm going to close it out for today, and keep on doing it, eventually going to lose. And that's just amping up this entire, what's it called again, Devil's Circle. Because then you lost something of your profits and you want to make them back, and then you maybe end up losing some more and you're back at break even, and it's just really painful. But anyway, so guys, questions are welcomed. Welcome. Let's see. Oh, we have 13 questions on Discord. Let's see. Yes, Sonnenbrand inclusive. You know the drill. 20 degrees. I'm excited. Question on ICT live trading on TradingView. Notice that when he places a stop limit and stop loss, we can see the profit amount. How can we do this setting on TradingView? That answer is really simple. SPG, because every time you see ICT execute on TradingView, it's because he's paper trading. Only with the TradingView paper trading, if you hover over this, you see a take profit and a stop loss bracket. So if I move up my take profit, it actually shows you how much profit and blah 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 you're going to make. Or you go over here into the settings and check your trading, and then you see brackets, profit and loss, and you set it to money. But you don't have these brackets if you're, for example, trading on your Trader Weight, Topstep, Apex, Take Profit Trader, Elite Trader Funding. The list goes on and on forever. But yeah, you don't get that. If you trade on a Topstep account, all you get is a buy and sell limit. So to exit, you would place a sell limit right here on buy side and a sell stop to exit, just in case, well, in the scenario that we're gonna make a new lower low. You only get these brackets that show you your actual profit and loss if you're paper trading. So whenever you see someone claiming they're trading live and you see, yeah, these brackets here, it's already one red flag. I'm about to post the tweet of my MT5 execution, so you can check that out. You can also put it on the Discord here quickly. I kind of I have to do it manually or do it with Trader Weight, a bracket order. I'll take the 1475. I'm flat, don't like the 15 order book. They're gonna try and sell this. Yeah, I'm done for today. Had a good one for a change. See you guys tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Bongo. Calling it a day. No, I've never been there. Well, not more than 100,000 times. Yeah. No, there's literally no reversal sign. We just closed above the new week opening gap and there's more buy side to go. Of course, we could get a short-term retracement. That's why I secured 90% of my profits here. I mean, you could even secure 100%. This is just, I don't know, that greedy part in me leaving a tiny little runner here. And I'm gonna, yeah, leave that open. I don't mind. Secured more than 20 points on this entire run to the upside. Entry right here, yeah, 21 points. Got most of my positions off right above buy side. So, yeah, pretty good day. Any questions from the YouTube viewers? Right now I'm talking to all the Discord members. It's 4:51. I'm going to take my dog for a walk. And maybe check the chart one more time before I'm closing it for the day. And yeah, really gonna leave it at that. So let's take one last look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ cleared that previous day's high, so NASDAQ is already above bank holiday high, which doesn't exist on a regular trading hours chart. That next buy side liquidity target would be all the way up here and our high of the current year. That's our high of year right here at 17,057. If it wants to run, it can. I mean, last Monday, yeah, proved that point, that's for sure. I mean, that's a Monday without news. Remember that. Price doesn't always have to reverse, especially if it has been already set up to, yeah, do the exact opposite. All right, yeah, I wanted to push out that tweet. That's where I left it off. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right. No more questions on YouTube. All right, I take that. Nothing new on Discord. Most already called it a day. So guys, unless there are any more questions, feel free to ask, of course, but that's also going to be the end of the stream. Cardio 2022, not worth it. Whoever enter fails today as well. That was just 20 minutes ago. Da, 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 da. All right, so no more questions on YouTube, guys. That's going to be it for the stream. I left a little runner in case we're going to go rate some more buy side later throughout the PM session. Stops are already at break even all the way down here. Risk-free trades, I always like those trades. So yeah, thanks very much for joining in. I'm going to be live again on YouTube on Thursday. And if you want to watch me execute live and follow my tape reading and during the London session and also during New York, during our Discord only live streams, make sure to use the link in the subscription box below. There's a 20% discount on the VIP memberships at the moment for you to try it out. And if you're interested in the ICT All-in-One, there's also a free trial here. I appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Mm, 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 mm.